The Treasure Seekers First. This is an excerpt from Edith Nesbitt's book, The Story of the Treasure Seekers. In the novel, the six children of the Bastable family tried out ridiculous ideas to get rich quickly, often with hilarious results. There are some things I must tell before I begin to tell about the treasure seeking because I have read books myself and I know how beastly it's when a story begins with us said highly grade with a deep sigh. We must look out last in this and crystal home and then someone else says something and you don't know for pages and pages where the home is or who high grade is or anything about it. Our crystal home is in the Lewisham Road. We are the Bastables. There are six of us besides father. Dora is the eldest, then Oswald, and then Dickie, Alice, and Noel are twins. They are 10. And Horace Octavius is my youngest brother. It is one of us who tells the story, but I shall not tell you who. Only at the very end perhaps I will. It was Oswald who first thought looking for the treasure. Oswald often thinks of very interesting things and he did not keep himself as some boys and he would not keep it to himself as some boys would have done, but told the others and said, I will tell you what, we must go and seek for the treasure. It is always what you do to restore the fallen fortunes of your house. Dora said it was all very well. She often says that she was trying to mend a large hole in one of the novel's stockings. Dora is the only one among us who ever tries to mend everything. Alice tries to make things something. Father doesn't like us to ask for new things. That was one way we had of knowing the fortunes of the house of Bastable were really fallen. Another way was that there was no more pocket money except a penny now and then to the little ones and the carpet had holes in them and we gave up having the gardener except for the front garden and all the silver in the big oak chest went away to the shop to have the dents and scratches taken out of them but never come back. Then we stopped doing to school and a father said we should go to a good school as soon as he manages it, and a holiday would do us all good. So you see, it was time we looked for treasure. We must do something, said Alice, because the ex- excreta is empty. She rattled the money box as she spoke, and it really did rattle because we always keep the bad sixpence in it for luck. Yes, but what shall we do? Said Dicky. It's so jolly easy to say. Let's do something. Dicky always wants something settled exactly. Father calls him the definite article. Let's read all the books again. We shall get lots of ideas out of them. It was a novel suggested this, but we made him shut up because we knew well enough he only wanted to get back to his old books. Neil is a poet. He sold some of his poetry once and it was printed, but that does not come in this part of the story. Then Dicky said, look here, we will be quiet for 10 minutes by the clock and each of us think of some way to find treasure and when we have thought we will try all the ways, one after the another, beginning with the eldest. I shan't able. I shan't be able to think in 10 minutes. Make it half an hour, said H.O. His real name is Hortense Octavius, but we call him OHO because of the advertisement. It was not so very long ago that he was afraid to pass the hoarding when where it says eat HO in big letters. I remember the Christmas before the last. He woke in the middle of the night crying and howling. He told me afterwards he had been dreaming that they really had to come to eat HO, and it couldn't have been the cereal when you come to think of it, because it was so very plain. Well, we all sat quiet and thought, let's read all books again, we shall get lots of ideas out of them. And I made up my mind before 2 minutes were over, and I saw the others had, but all the Dora who always takes an awful lot of time over everything. I got pins and needles in my leg from sting still so long, and when it was 7 minutes, Echo cried out, "Oh, it must be more than half an hour." Oswald spoke out. "I think we might stop people on Black Hill with crepe masks and horse pistols and say your money or your life. Resistance is useless. We are armed to the teeth." Laura screwed up her nose the way she does when she is going to talk like the good elder sister in books, and said, "That would be very wrong. It's like pickpocketing or taking pennies out of father's overcoat when it's hanging in the hall." I must say, I don't think she should have said that, especially before the little ones, for I used to do that when I was only 4. It was Eli's turn to say, "I think we might try off the diving rod. I have often read about it. You hold a stick in your hands, and when you come to where there is gold underneath, the stick nicks about, so you know, and you dig." "Oh," said Dora suddenly, "I have an idea, but I will say last. I hope there's nothing wrong about the diving now rod. Anyhow, we will try the other ways first. Now, HO, let's be bandits, say HO. I dare say it's wrong, but it would be fun pretending." "I'm sure it's wrong," said Dora and Dicky. And said she thought everything wrong. She said she did it, and Dicky was very agreeable. So Oswald, he had to make peace, and he said, "Let's hear what Noel's idea is." I kicked Noel's under the table to make him hurry up, and then he said he didn't think he wanted to play anymore. "That's the worst of it. The others are so jolly ready to quarrel." I told Nolly not to be a snickling pig, and at last he said he had not made up his mind whether he would print his poetry in a book and sell it, or find a princess and marry her. "Whichever it is," he added, "none of you shall want for anything." Thought Oswald did kick me and say I am a sniveling pig. "I didn't," said Oswald. "I told you not to be one." And Alice explained to him that it was quite the opposite of what he thought, so he agreed to drop it. The Dicky spoke. "You must all of you have noticed the advertisements in the papers telling you that ladies and gentlemen can easily earn £2 a week in their spare time. Now that we don't go to school. All our time is superior. So I think we could easily earn 20 pounds a week each. And I have another idea, but I must think about it before I say. Then Dora jumped up, dropping the stocking and the timble, and said, let us try my way now. Let's dig for treasures. Not only try some diving rods, but just plan digging. People who dig for treasures always find it, and then we shall be rich. And we needn't try your ways at all. Some of them are rather difficult, and I am certain some of them are wrong, and we must always remember that wrong things. But we told her to shut up and come on, and she did. I couldn't help wondering as we went down to the garden why father had never thought of digging there for treasure instead of going to his beastly office every day. Thank you.